Every year we go to Lake Louise. I think we've been doing that for probably 20 or 25 years now. This year, Monday, July 25th, we were heading home, driving along, just coming up before Salmon Arm, and there was this crossover SUV type vehicle, and it was flying through the air towards us, and then bang. I remember all of the sounds of the crunching of metal and glass breaking and tires screeching. I looked around and, I knew we'd been in an accident, obviously, but I had no idea the scope of what had happened. I turned to get out and I realized I couldn't move. I was literally pinned from the waist down. Then I saw flames and my thought was, oh my God, I'm gonna burn to death in this truck.
When I first reviewed the x-rays and the CT scan of Stacey's feet, I could see how severe the calcaneal fractures were. A patient with calcaneal fractures on one side is a big injury that takes a long time to recover from. Having calcaneal fractures on both sides is a life-changing injury.
Dr. Butterwick came to see me. He says, I have a plan. We're gonna go in and we're gonna try to rebuild your feet. And I thought, hold on, rebuild? Like, how bad is this? He was like, you're never gonna run again. From a physiological point of view, you won't be able to do it. But from a pain point of view, you also just won't be able to do it either. Man, that was a really bad day. Just trying to figure out, what is life going to be like? Am I gonna be able to walk? I was really broken. Not just the bones. There was a lot more broken in here than I cared to admit. I was kind of wondering, how am I ever gonna get through this? And that's when I met Logan.
My role as a psychologist with the trauma team is really to provide some of that wraparound care, to be able to not just meet the medical needs of patients and the physical needs, but also any of the emotional needs, psychological needs. And so for someone like Stacey coming into the trauma service after her accident, we want to be able to look not just at the physical injuries that she sustained, but also how is her mental state, how is her emotional state, and is she showing any other difficulties that she's just having challenges with, and how can we then meet those needs?
One of the things Logan said to me was, you are gonna have to reinvent who you are. You may not be a runner, and you may not be able to climb mountains, but you can find other things that are gonna bring you joy. He helped me to learn to believe in myself again. Little did I know how much of a difference he was gonna make in my time at the hospital, but also going forward. I had great rehab in the hospital that got things started off on the right foot. The rehab assistants, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, they actually got this moving.
Every day I showed up and she was always happy to see me and she was always happy to work. Initially it was getting transferred into the wheelchair. Then it was how to get herself dressed. Then it was how to get herself home.
At the beginning, once I was at home, there was a lot more bad days than good. And over time, that balance has shifted, and now there's more good than there are bad. We're making progress and realizing that everything I do is one step closer to whatever the new normal is going to be. Everybody I met at Royal Inland, care aides, LPNs, nurses, RN, everybody, they supported me, they helped rebuild me in so many different ways. Every day, every night, 24/7, 365. They are there no matter what. They support us. So let's see if we can support them back.
Happy holidays and stay safe. Thank you all so much for your support.